We've got so much to discuss, with tons of new information on Marvel's Spider-Man 2, including game length, side quests, the map size, Spidey suits, customization, and more. This is everything new you need to know about Marvel's Spider-Man 2, so without further ado, let's swing right into the content. As always, swing over here to participate in my Spider-Man 2 Digital Deluxe Edition giveaway for a chance to win the game paid for by yours truly. The giveaway ends on Tuesday, October 17th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you have a few more weeks to get your entries in before the event ends. Just hit the link in the pinned comment or in the description to enter. All details are provided in the link. Alright, one of the biggest games of the year, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is packing quite the punch with a ton of content in this upcoming sequel. We are now able to get an accurate look at the map featured in the game, and this map is enormous, nearly doubling in size over the previous game's map. Seen here, the map now includes the iconic boroughs, Queens and Brooklyn, in addition to Manhattan, and you can see just how much space Spider-Man 2 will be adding in the sequel. While the game's map essentially doubles, that is not necessarily true for the game's story length. VG247 recently sat down to interview the senior game director at Insomniac Games, Ryan Smith, about all aspects of the upcoming Spider-Man 2, and Smith had this to say about the game's length. Spider-Man 2 is in the same ballpark as the first game in terms of overall playtime, and we really thought about how to make each of the moments like the lizard fight you played, a little more epic, or a little deeper, or a little more story integrated. We don't want this to be an 80 to 100 hour game. That's not where we want to be. We want to make every mission really memorable. That's our goal, rather than going super broad. While Spider-Man 1 took around 20 hours to complete for its main campaign, Spider-Man 2's length being around that same length sounds about right for a superhero follow-up. Even so, with the game's expanded map, I suspect the total time to complete all side objectives will extend the length of Spider-Man 2 over the first game. Regardless, I am happy that Insomniac are more focused on crafting an incredibly memorable and tight campaign for us rather than infusing it with bloat in order to extend the length of the title. Let me know what you think of the game's campaign length in the comments below. While the game's map may be double in size over the original game, traveling across the expanded map is going to be considerably faster, like more than twice as fast as the original. Thanks to the brand new web wings, both Peter Parker and Miles Morales will have extended traversal options that will greatly speed up exploring the city and getting from point A to point B. These wingsuit-like appendages are not solely used for traversal though, as a number of side quests and optional objectives will require the Spider-Men to race through speed rings as fast as they can to complete these particular objectives. In the recent video of Spider-Man 2 taking center stage at the PlayStation State of Play event last week, Senior Creative Director Brian Intihar informed us that some of the big goals of developing the sequel was to provide a bigger city and have players take control of not just one, but two Spider heroes. And by, more importantly, having players explore the game world more naturally and freely this time instead of having to open up the menu to access locations for new missions and side objectives. To address this component, the team at Insomniac have equipped Peter Parker and Miles Morales with new AR technology embedded in their masks, allowing players to get visual representations of where nearby events and quests are taking place. It was also important for the team to encourage a greater sense of exploration and discovery while traversing the expanded map, where players may come across a mysterious spider bot ping emitting from one of the rooftops, to mysterious symbols being projected in the sky. These visual oddities are designed to make players curious about checking these occurrences out, sometimes even rewarding players with quests that lead to massive confrontations with villains not seen in the Spider-Man universe. This side content looks really great, and I'm very curious to see how well they pull it off in the final release of the game. Are you looking forward to experiencing the side content in Marvel's Spider-Man 2? What kinds of quests are you looking forward to most? Speaking of the sheer variety of quests that are dispersed throughout the city, it is important to note that players will be able to switch seamlessly between the two Spider-Men on the fly and assume direct control of the other in a near instant. Ryan Smith, In the same interview with VG247 discussed earlier, explains the joys it is for developing the game specifically for the PS5 instead of the PS4, with the PS5's SSD being a major reason why the character switching and faster traversal is more enjoyable and only possible on the PS5 hardware. The PS5 fast loading is something that really helped us, explains Ryan Smith, especially with the open world switching. We can swap between Peter and Miles quite quickly, and these transitions give you a chance to see fun animations too. These transitions have been a place where our animators have been able to get really creative. Each time a player switches characters, you will get a near instant idea of what the other character was recently doing. Perhaps players will swap to Peter getting some good R&R along the side of a building, or Miles recently finishing some tasks at school. The most exciting thing, however, is that players may even be able to see the other Spider-Man engaging in activities in the game while traveling about. In an interview from Push Square with James Ham, the Associate Animation Director for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Ham remarks, "There are times when you can be swinging throughout the city, and you can see the other Spider-Man sometimes actively doing something or stopping a crime." Seriously, how cool is that? Speaking of cool, there will be more than 65 suits that can be unlocked over the course of the game. These suits span the massive history of Spider-Man through the comic books, movies, and sports multiple original designs. With the new suit style system, allowing players to mix and match styles together, players will have more than 200 ways to outfit their Spider-Men in Marvel's Spider-Man 2. With the Digital Deluxe Edition of the game including 5 unique suits for both Peter and Miles, this number gets even higher, so make sure to enter into my giveaway for a chance at getting all this content for free. In case this number wasn't impressive enough, Insomniac Games are showing the industry how it's done by giving players not 2, but 3 graphics modes to play the game in, and all of them, yes all of them, are supporting ray tracing. No matter which mode you choose, you will be getting ray tracing in the game, and not only that, but they will all be running at 4K resolution and support 120Hz and VRR. The 3 graphics modes for Marvel's Spider-Man 2 are as follows: 4K 30fps Fidelity Mode, 4K 40fps Performance Mode, and 4K 60fps Performance Mode. The only thing that changes within all 3 modes is the graphics the game will be sporting, with the 30fps mode sporting slightly better textures and graphical enhancements over the other 2 modes. Even so, the fact that all of these modes will be outputting at 4K with no option to toggle off ray tracing is absolutely incredible, and this game is going to look absolutely stunning in whichever mode you're playing the game in. In case you wanted to learn more about the game's story, combat, skills, and character customization in Marvel's Spider-Man 2, consider watching this video going in depth into all that info and more. Remember to participate in my giveaway to test your luck at a chance of winning the Digital Deluxe Edition of the game, and stay tuned to the channel for more updates and information pertaining to Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Thank you all for your awesome support, and I will see you real soon in the next one.